Mario Kart 8!
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Booster Course Pass is finally over. We're on Wave 6. I can't believe it. It's been nearly a 2-year destination, and we finally reached Wave number 6. Wave number 6 kind of came in and it delivered. We're going to go over today the worst to best tracks of Wave number 6. I'm excited to do this. Obviously, if you've seen my previous videos, some of them did not go as well with the ranking, with video quality. So this time I'm going to make sure that we have good quality on the video. This is a much better quality video. And also I want to get my opinions out because, you know, I like doing these videos. I think they're very fun. And unfortunately, this is the last time I'm ever going to do this. Except one more. Before I start this video, I want to let you guys know that I am going to be doing an all rankings video, waves 1 to 6. So if you want to see that and be prepared, make sure to subscribe down below. I would very much appreciate it. Also, comment down below. Let me know what you guys would love to see. I appreciate all the support that you guys give. And yeah, I love making these Mario Kart videos. And I would love to do more. Hopefully they make a new Mario Kart soon or do something like that so I can make more stuff like this. It's very fun. So, yes, let's get started with this rankings video. Two things before we get started, guys. Number one, just want to let you guys know that we're going to be going over the 2 cups, and these cups will include the Acorn Cup and the Spiny Shell Cup. So no other cups are going to be included in this. It's just these 2. It's just the 8 tracks. So just in case there's any confusion. Number 2, they added new characters from Wave number 6, and they actually added 4 characters. I know that it looked like there was meant to be 2, but they actually included 4. And those include Diddy Kong, Funky Kong, Pauline, and Peach-Ed. Peach-Ed's kind of a weird one, but the rest of them are very cool, and it completes the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe list of characters. So, yeah, let's get started on the rankings. Ba-bam! Coming in at number 8, we have Rosalina's Ice World. And let me just say, wow. I am so disappointed in Nintendo. For the last wave, your surprise track is Rosalina's Ice World. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't the worst track in the world. There could have been far worse. I just feel like of all 3DS tracks, Toad Circuit, Rock Mountain, and Rosalina's Ice World should not be the 3 choices they selected. I have never liked Rosalina's Ice World. I've never enjoyed it that much. It's not a horrible track, but my god, it did not need to be in the Booster Course Pass. It's boring, it's just filled with ice, it has absolutely nothing to do with Rosalina, and I know with some tracks, they don't have to do with a certain character, but it's bland. If you just put this course and named it Ice World, you think anyone's going to enjoy this? No, it's a terrible track. I have a strong hatred for this track, and there was no argument of what my last place track was. The moment I saw it in the reaction video, I knew this was going to be the worst track because it's just bad. It's just boring. They didn't do anything significantly wrong on the track, but they didn't do anything to make it better. And for that reason, I'm going to have to put it at number 8. Coming in at number 7, we have Rome Avanti. Now, this track probably would have been the bottom of the list if Rosalina's Ice World wasn't in it. Yes, I know I have a strong hatred for Rosalina's Ice World. But this track is like a very middle-of-the-pack tour track. It's alright. It has its ups, it has its downs. I think it's pretty. However, I don't think there's too much interest into it. There is a few parts that are pretty cool. You got the glided section where you go through the circles. They don't do anything to gain. There's no gaining going through it. There's no like speed boost. I think you just get coins. It's a strange spot. I do also like the chain chomps that kind of come near you. However, I don't really feel like it's hard to avoid them. They're kind of a weird spot in the track, and I don't know. There's just not much to them. You just go down the middle. You're going to avoid the chain chomps. The other thing I do like though on this track, they do in other tour tracks, but this one they do much better in, I do like that you kind of overlap with the last place people when you go into the second lap. I think that's kind of cool. Seeing it be in first place, you go into lap 2, and you see the players from lap 1 that are in last place, and you pass them. I like when they do that. It's kind of cool, and I feel like they do it the best in this track. So yeah, pretty looking track, but not too much interesting. It definitely is better than Rosalina's Ice World, but it's definitely not my favorite tour track, and actually my least favorite tour track from this wave. So it's going to be sticking at number 7. Coming in at number 6, we have Piranha Cove. Now, I didn't know what to expect out of the Piranha tracks. I thought they were either going to add both or just neither one of them, but somehow they added one. Thankfully, they did add the preferable Piranha Cove, because let's just be for real, Piranha Pipeline is not going to be as good as the other track in the original game. So, I didn't think it was going to make it in. It didn't make any sense. But Piranha Cove, I'm glad it's here. It's a decent track. I do think the layout is really cool. I love that the underwater section, you move how they do the underwater parts. It's very slow. The gravity's not really there. I like that. However, my issue with this track and why it's so much lower than I kind of expected it to be is, guys, you look around this track, you are only going to see one piranha plant. Yes, one piranha plant. There's no other piranha plants in this track, in Piranha Plant Cove. That to me already right away just shows how much lower that this was than it should have been. There's not a lot to this track. Yes, the underwater part is cool, and yes, the layouts are pretty cool. There's some cool parts, but it's a very bland, with no obstacles in the way kind of track, and I was expecting better. I do like this part here where you go down, and it did trick me. It tricked me. I thought we were going up the stairs, but we didn't go up the stairs. The eel that kind of bites you was kind of cool, but it doesn't really bite you the best. And the cool parts when you go down into the water are cool, but I gotta give this number 6. It's just not good enough to be any higher. Coming in at number 5, we have Daisy Circuit from the Wii. Now, obviously, I've said this probably a bajillion times, but my original game is Mario Kart Wii. So, I don't know if there's any bias to this, but I do actually have a good reason why I put this at number 5. And it might be a little higher than some of you guys would pick. My reason is, this track, although it is a circuit track, and although there's not too much to it, it is a circuit track, and there's not much expected out of this track. It is Daisy Circuit. There was never too much to it. I think 1, it's a very pretty track. 2, it's a very common track. And 3, I don't think they did really anything wrong to it. They added a glider section to the section where you go up the steps. I think that's cool. And they put a little Piranha Plant cardboard spot in the way, so you can't just go through the steps. You have to actually make an effort you need to have a mushroom, something like that. The track is very common. I do also like the boost panels near the end of the track. I think that adds a nice feature to it. So it is a good addition. But there's not much more to say. Yeah, so it's just going to stick at number 5 for me. Coming in at number 4, we have Madrid Drive from Mario Kart Tour. Now, I will say, first off, I couldn't decide between Daisy Circuit and Madrid Drive, but I eventually chose Madrid Drive because there actually is a lot more interesting things to it. And secondly, the margin between number 4 and then the top 3 are significantly different. So just to keep it clear, when you see number 3 and number 1, they are far above Madrid Drive here. That's not to say Madrid Drive is a bad track. Madrid Drive is a good track. I think it's an above average tour track. I do love the part where you go inside the stadium and there's a soccer balls bouncing around. The Goombas in the shoes, I think, is incredibly cool. I love the part where it goes inside this mall. Now, although there's not too much interaction and it's not going to ever be Coconut Mall, it's pretty cool. I also love the Piranha Plant being out of the painting. I think that's really cool. Obviously, you got the water fountain. I think that's cool, but they did do that in Singapore Speedway. Also, with the Piranha plant, that's just as many Piranha plants as there is a Piranha plant Cove. Just to give you guys a reasoning why Piranha plant Cove is lower. I also like the Wiggler that's sleeping and also pops back up. I don't know what it has to do with Madrid, but I still think it's kind of cool, and it's a little nice feature that I like there. So yeah, there is some good parts. There also is some empty sections, which is the reason why it's going to be lowered down to number 4. Now, coming in last place, we have SNES Bowser Castle 3. Wait, what's that? Wait, a SNES track is in the top 3? Huh, interesting. Bowser Castle 3 is number 3. I just want to say to whoever on the Nintendo team made this track, thank you. Oh my goodness, thank you. Thank you for this beautiful track that you have made. Now, yes, it does have the boring SNES layout. And yes, it is not the best Bowser Castle in the world. But come on. A SNES track looking like this? Dude, this is absolutely the best SNES remake. Yes, this beats Donut Plains 3 by a mile. This is not even a SNES track. The layout might be, but this Bowser Castle is stunning. Holy crap. I don't know who on their team decided to upgrade from Mario Circuit 3 to Bowser Castle 3, but they need a raise because this was an absolutely outstanding track. It's a beautiful track. It is far better than number 4, like I said. And although it doesn't crack number 2 or number 1, oh my goodness, this is a contender. This is a great castle, and there's not much more to say. It's a beautiful track. Just look at it yourself. Now, coming in at number 2 is going to be... Wait, Rainbow Road's not number 1? Wait, what? Now, I know you guys are thinking, wait, why is Wii Rainbow Road number 2 and not number 1? Let me just say, between the number 2 and number 1, which you guys already know what number 1 is, not to spoil it though, I had a very tough time choosing between the two. A very tough time. Probably my hardest decision between which is number 1. But I picked Rainbow Road number 2. Now, before we go over the reason why, let's talk about the great things. Now, first off, this track is beautiful. An absolutely stunning track. The music is outstanding. This track put a smile on my face. Now, not as big of a smile as the 3DS Rainbow Road, but oh my goodness, Wii Rainbow Road, it brings me back. One of the hardest tracks ever. And they brought it back, and they made it beautiful looking. I love the way they have been making these Rainbow Roads, and I'm glad they picked this one. This is my second favorite Rainbow Road ever, like from its original game, besides 3DS. So I'm glad they brought this one back. It made sense. Now, I will say, my reasonings to why it's lower, and don't get me wrong, this isn't a fight between like Bowser Castle and Rainbow Road. It's number 2. It's certainly number 2, and it's not going any lower. I can understand why it is number 1 on people's list. But for me, my reasonings are, number 1, this looks a little tourish. Now, I don't know if that's just me, but the track does look a little tourish. I don't like the way they did the square boxes on the track. Not a big fan of that. Number 2, I am not a big fan of it being a little easier. Now, I know that it's got to be easier for, like, kids. It's a newer generation. But this track is definitely a bit easier. And I wasn't a huge fan of that. So it did drop down for me there. That's really it, though. There isn't too much I hate about this track. I love this track. It's a beautiful track. But my number 1, I do have great reasons, at least, why I picked it for number 1. So yes, this is sticking to number 2. Biggest smile on my face, though. I'll give it that. Now, I know you guys are thinking, wait, CJ, how is this number 1? It's not even as good as the Double Dash version. Yes, I know DK Mountain's original version is better, and it's always going to be better. But you gotta remember, Double Dash has a certain gravity that no other game has, and it's never going to be beaten. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I think, did near perfect of a remake for this track. I think it's an outstanding remake. It is beautiful. It is an absolutely beautiful track, and you cannot deny that. They added barrels, which I think are really cool, and although I do wish that they added items to them, I think they're still really cool. The bridge, oh my god, the bridge. They upgraded that bridge. It is a better bridge. The ramps, they added ramps again, but this time they actually made them like jumpable and you're not in the air for more than 10 seconds. Mario Kart Wii. And of course the glide section where you go off the barrel. Absolutely outstanding part. Now I will say that it does kind of suck that the shortcut was taken out. It does kind of suck. Oh wait, I guess the shortcut does work. Yeah, I did think at first that it didn't work, but it actually does work. There is a way to do it. I somehow clipped there perfectly. Now, this isn't the best wave track of all time, but I gotta say, this is a great track, and it deserves number 1. And there we go, guys. That is the ending of my rankings for wave number 6. Now, once again, I am going to do a waves 1 to 6 ranking of all 48 tracks. I know, that's going to be crazy. I am excited to do it, but we got to wait till that comes. For the meanwhile, though, that is my wave 6 rankings. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Do you think that that was a strong and good reason to put these tracks in these lists? Or do you think that they were terrible? Let me know, comment down below, and let me know more. Now, if you do want to see more videos like this, make sure, if you do enjoy these videos, to subscribe. Now, I know I don't like asking a lot, and I know I've been doing it a lot more recently, but I do very much appreciate the support. And yeah, I love seeing you guys respond to these videos, even though it will be negatively sometimes. I do like seeing the comments and the feedback. I just love seeing passionate fans enjoy a game as much as I do. And yeah, it's been very nice. Mario Kart 8 did an absolutely outstanding job with the waves, although not as pretty as the original game, and I gotta say, that is true. It's just not. And it will never be, because they just kind of made them like this. It is an absolutely outstanding thing they did, and I do want to thank Nintendo for giving me these 2 years of all these waves. Now, I know I didn't actually, like, make videos for every wave, but I have been playing since the very beginning that they started this, and it's been so much fun. It has been a lot of fun. And to see it end is kind of sad, but maybe that's a bright future for another Mario Kart game. I would be very excited for it. I do love the new characters they added too. It is very fun, especially Funky Kong. It brings me back Mario Kart Wii vibes. And yeah, guys, that is all I gotta say. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and peace out. Bye-bye.